Hello guys, welcome back to another Robert Does Fishing vlog. I hope we're all doing well. So today I thought I would try my hand at a wee fly tying video. Now I know a lot of you will be filling up your boxes and getting some new flies tied up in preparation for the start of the trout season next month. So what I thought I would do is do a wee video to show you probably it's one of my most productive nymphs for trout over the past couple of years I've found. So this is the hot collared pheasant tail nymph, and I use this nymph when I'm euro nymphing, or quite a lot of the time when I'm using the dry dropper method as well. I'll suspend this nymph below a bushy clink hammer or parachute style dry fly, using the dry fly as the indicator. I find this to be a really productive fly for me. Now I'm going to tie this on a size 12 hook. Now I'll use this for the sizes I'll use for this are the 12 to 16. Now the bead on here is a 3.2mm tungsten bead, and it's on, I'm just tying this on one of the Veniard osprey jig hooks. So that's the fly there. Let's get a fresh hook into the vise, and we'll get started. Bear with me, I'm just using my mobile phone here to film this, so it's a wee bit fidgety with putting the hook in the vise and reaching round the phone to tie in the materials as well. It's a little bit fidgety. So yeah, like I said, this is a 3.2mm tungsten bead. If I'm using a pattern like this for the dry dropper method, I normally use, I think it's about 2mm, not tungsten beads, copper beads for that, so that it doesn't pull the fly down. So that's us, get our hook in the vise. And what we'll do is first we'll start off putting a layer of thread down. You can use any thread for this really, because a lot of it's not gonna show up. I'm just using the uni thread in 8/0, and that's in dark brown. So we'll give it a wee bit of a wax first, and then we will come in behind the bead there and make our way down a little bit, a few turns, trim that off. Excuse the state of my thumbnail. My nail has come off and is currently in the process of growing back, and it's a little bit unsightly, so I do apologise. So next, once we've got a few turns of thread down there, I'll come in with a little bit of gold wire. And the gold wire I'm using is just the uni stuff, the soft gold wire in small diameter. So this could be a little bit fidgety here. We'll bring that in. There we go. Bring that down the side there. Get quite a noisy bobbin holder as well. Okie dokes. These jig slotted beads annoy me sometimes, just jumping up and down the hook. Okay, what we'll do next, guys, is I'm just going to use some cock pheasant tail fibres. So I'm just going to pull out a good chunk. You know, it's fine to use between 8 and 10 fibres, I would say. Now I'm just going to double check these, because the feather that I've been using has not been the best. It's been pretty brittle, and I've lost a few, fibres have been splitting as I've been bringing it up the hook, so I just want to make sure that there's no loose ones here. That looks okay. Fingers crossed it survives the wind turning round. So what down here was we're looking for a tail length roughly about the length of the shank of the hook. So again, I'll come in here and I'll just pinch down there, pinch and loop a fairly loose turn just to make sure that I'm happy with the length. I'm happy with the length, but I'll need to bring the thread back a wee bit to pinch that down. That looks a bit better, and then I'll come in and tighten that up. There we go, tail looks good. So I'll bring the rest of the fibres back, and we'll make our way back up to the bead. Okay, moment of truth. I'm going to pull the bobbin holder down a wee bit and use the rotary function on the vise to. You want to make sure you don't catch those pheasant tail fibres in the point of the hook there, that will split them. I've learnt that the hard way a couple of times today so far. So just come up. Obviously if you didn't have a rotary function on your vise, you would just use your hand to wrap the pheasant tail fibres round the hook. That bead's twisted round a bit there. See if I can bring it back round. Okay, this might be the tricky bit because the camera's in the way. Do that again. I'll need to get a better setup here. I'm going to be doing the fly tying videos. This very footery. That's splayed a little bit, but I'm not too worried about that. So cut these off. Cut those remaining fibres off there, and we'll just tidy up a little bit. Let's see if I can get a little bit of a bed of thread down there to stop that bead from coming round so much. Okie dokes. This part doesn't need to be too tidy because you'll be coming round it at the end with the floss. So now to ribbit, guys, I'm just going to again use the rotary function on my vise to wrap the gold wire round. 3 or 4 turns to make a nice rib. And again, this might be the footery bit here. Catch that in there, and that copper wire should break off, the gold wire rather. Oops, I did it. Okay dokes, that's us almost there, guys. What we'll do next is, if I can find my whip finish tool, I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 wraps there. And then what we'll do next is, for the collar, for the hot collar, You can use just bright thread. Sometimes if it's a smaller fly, I'll use bright orange just thread, you know, just the uni thread and fire orange and build up the collar there. But for the sort of bigger size hooks, I'll use a bit of the Globrite floss. Now the one that I'm using here is a number 5, Globrite number 5, is a bright orange. I will use the number 4 as well, the scarlet. I think it's called scarlet, the colour. So what we'll do here is we'll come right behind the bead there, a couple of turns. You don't want to make the collar too thick, so I'll just take that off there with the scissors, and then I'll build that up. A couple more wraps before I decide to whip finish. So again, I'll come in with my whip finish tool here, and if I need to be careful not to knock the camera again. Oops. Okay. 3 is good for that. There we go. Yeah. I'll just get that little bit of floss. And that's it, guys. I just top it up the top here with a little bit of varnish. Just put varnish around the collar. And there we go, guys, that is the fly finished. Like I say, for me it's a really productive fly for the brown trout, either with Euro nymphing or using it as a suspended under the dry fly, using the dry dropper method. But yeah, without a doubt, that's been my most productive nymph for trout over the past couple of years. What I'll sometimes do as well, guys, is I'll tie up a few of these, and I'll have some that's left just like that, and I'll also put a little bit of the peacock dub round the collar as well. I think I've got an example here I can show you. Here's another one with the sort of that little bit of dubbing for a little bit of flash as well. The tail's a wee bit bigger than that one, but I don't think the fish will mind. So yeah, guys, that's the hot collared pheasant tail nymph. I hope that was okay. I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll try and do some more fly tying videos if I can get a better setup, which means I'm not reaching round cameras and stuff like that. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you're all well, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.